Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you our fall evening routine, including a easy and fun Halloween recipe. So I hope you guys enjoy and come along with us for our evening routine. Okay, you guys, our evening routine typically starts whenever Grant and I are outside playing. You can see here he's digging in what used to be our garden, and my husband usually arrives home from work between 5:15 and 5:30. So here we are running down to greet Daddy when he comes home from work, and we'll get into the evening routine. So on my way inside, I realized that I had some clothes in the dryer that needed to be hung up, so I'm quickly stopping to hang up these clothes, and then it is going to be time to start dinner. Okay, so here is the recipe I'm making tonight for dinner, and a really good one I wanted to share with you guys. I actually tore this recipe out of a magazine, like a Kroger magazine we get as customers from there, but it is jack-o'-lantern stuffed peppers. You need some cooked shredded chicken, 4 orange bell peppers, and then you're going to need some olive oil, some instant rice or just some pre-cooked rice, Parmesan cheese, some salsa, some breadcrumbs, and also some mozzarella cheese. So I decided to make this on this night. It's the week before Halloween, and you're going to get started by cutting the tops off of the peppers and removing the seeds. Okay, after you have the seeds removed, you want to take a paring knife or some kind of smaller knife and actually cut your jack-o'-lantern faces into the peppers. I usually keep this pretty simple. It is kind of time consuming and it's really just more for fun. So on this day, I only cut faces in 2 of the peppers. Grant was not going to be eating this meal with us. I knew he wasn't going to eat it. So I just did 1 for Daniel and 1 for me. Okay, then you want to coat the insides of the peppers with some olive oil. I decided to use olive oil spray just because it's easier that way, and then sprinkle a little bit of salt and pepper in there as well. Okay, now it's time to mix together the filling. So I had cooked 2 chicken breasts in the Instant Pot a little earlier in the day and shredded it up with my KitchenAid mixer. I'm taking out a little bit because I had a little bit too much in there, so you need about 2 cups of cooked shredded chicken. And then we're going to add 1.5 cups of prepared salsa. And then you need, it said an 8-ounce package of pre-cooked rice, so I just bought the microwave brown rice and added that in. And then I'm going to cube up about 1/2 bar of mozzarella cheese and stir all of that together. Okay, so you want to set your peppers up in some sort of baking dish, and then you're going to scoop the filling into each pepper and make sure they're filled pretty much all the way to the top. Okay, and then to make the tops really nice and crunchy, you're going to sprinkle breadcrumbs over the top and then also a little bit of Parmesan cheese. Then you want to add some water into the bottom of the baking dish. I think the recipe says to cover the bottom by about a half an inch of water, and then you're going to cover it with some aluminum foil that has been sprayed with cooking spray so it doesn't stick to the topping of the peppers. Then you're going to cook those for about 40 minutes, and this is what is happening while I'm cooking dinner. Blippi and playtime with Daddy. Okay, this is the aftermath of me making the stuffed peppers. So get up and clean with me. We're going to take care of some of this mess while the peppers are cooking in the oven. I would say that this is how a typical weeknight routine goes for us. While I'm cooking dinner, I usually try to clean up as much as possible. My husband does work all day, full time, out of the home, and he is so great about coming home and entertaining Grant and just having fun with him while I'm taking care of dinner. And honestly, I mean, that's the way I like it too. I enjoy cooking for the family, and I know that Daniel really likes spending that one-on-one time with Grant after a long day at work. Okay, so now we're going to prepare Grant's food. Our peppers were going to bake for like 40 minutes, so I wanted to go ahead and feed him because it was, I think, already 6 o'clock at this point. So I had just cut him up some of the pre-cooked chicken that I put in the stuffed peppers. I didn't shred it, I just cubed it up. And then I'm also going to give him a large helping of peas and carrots because this boy loves his vegetables. And then I did put a small spoonful of the stuffed pepper filling on his plate, mainly for exposure. He is not very great at eating a variety of foods right now because he's a 2-year-old, and that's just the way it is. So here is dinner number 1, and you'll see why in just a second. And dinner attempt number 2 with a frozen chicken patty because he wouldn't eat the original chicken. Okay, I sat with Grant at the table, Grant and Daniel at the table for a while he was eating, but when we had to do dinner number 2, I decided to work on some of these hand wash dishes so I wouldn't have to do so many dishes after Grant went to bed. Okay, so the stuffed peppers are ready to come out of the oven. I had pulled the aluminum foil off about 5 minutes prior to let the top get nice and crispy. And we are going to serve these up, and Daniel and I enjoyed 1 pepper each. It's a really good amount of food. I serve them on mine. I like to put some sour cream on top and then also some hot sauce. And we enjoyed these in the living room while Grant continued to play after dinner. Okay, so I filmed this on a Tuesday evening, and Grant had a pajama day at school the next day. And since it's so close to Halloween, I let him wear his skeleton pajamas. So, this is a typical school night routine. I lay out his clothes, his diaper, his shoes, and I put his diapers for the next day in his backpack. Daniel has already started the bath water, and I'm laying out Grant's pajamas as well and his diaper and everything. So we are on the bedtime routine. I'm also going to prep Grant's lunch for school the next day. I put his lunchbox out with his water bottle and then the containers I'm going to need. I also like to take a sticky note and quickly write out what I'm going to send him to school. Typically, that is chicken nuggets or some kind of chicken with ketchup, usually like a chip or cracker or pretzel, a serving of fruit, and then his water bottle. And then I also pack a snack there in the front. This was a bath night for my little boy, so we're running his warm bath with a little bit of bubbles, and we're going to have some bath playtime, and then we're going to put this cutie in the bed, and I will catch up with you guys after he is in the bed. Okay, so it is probably around 7:30 or 7:40. Grant is in his crib, ready to go to sleep, and this is when we do the toy roundup. Go around the living room and the kitchen and put all the toys back in the cabinet. Honestly, it wasn't that big of a mess tonight, so that was nice. On this particular night, since Daniel and I did eat after Grant, I had a couple more dishes to put in the dishwasher, and then I'm going to wipe up the stove, the countertops, and the table. This is what I like to do every night after I cook. I like to wipe down all the surfaces and just have a clean kitchen ready for the next day. By the time I have finished all of the additional cleanup and everything, it's usually around 8 o'clock. We keep the lights dim in the house for the most part, and this is the time where Daniel and I will either do our own thing for a little while or we'll watch something together. On this particular night, since I was filming, I didn't have any editing I needed to get done, so I actually got to sit down on the couch and watch some YouTube videos myself, which is always a nice treat. And then around 9 o'clock, Daniel and I reconvened and we watched an episode of Halloween Baking Championship on the Food Network together. And then we usually head to bed around 10 o'clock. So I hope you guys enjoyed coming along with us for our fall evening routine. Like I said, this is pretty typical every weeknight. And then you saw me prep Grant for school the next day. So I hope this video inspired you guys to just keep on keeping on with the nightly routines. And I'm so glad. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it and subscribe if you're new. I'll see you guys here with my next video. Bye.